Okay, this is a tutorial for making a box, a gift box, or really a box for anything like this one. This is one that my sister made. She gave it to me for my birthday. And this is kind of the basics of how to make one, and then it's kind of up to you as to how elaborate you go and decorate it. So what you need is 2 pieces of paper, scissors, and the kind of paper that I'm using, the best kind of paper is cartridge paper, the kind you get. I just took some out of my sketchbook. If it's too flimsy, it won't make a sturdy box. This one is just made out of graph paper, and it's really not sturdy enough for a box. But I liked the idea of a graph paper box, but it would probably be better as a covered, to use a graph paper to cover the box. But if it's too thick, it'll be really kind of bulky and difficult to fold and score. So this paper is about the best kind of thickness. And these sizes are a roughly A4 size, which makes a box about this big. The bigger the paper, obviously the bigger the box, smaller paper, smaller the box. And the first thing we need to do is make 2 square pieces of paper, and we do this by folding the paper and actually creasing it like so, and then we cut this excess paper off. And that gives us a perfect square with a crease down the centre. We do the same with this one, only we need it to be slightly smaller than this one. And to do this, I just do it by eye. I measure, it's about, here is about probably just under a centimetre. It doesn't really matter, just as long as it's slightly smaller. Crease along here again, and then cut the excess off again. Strip down here. We have our 2 squares, one slightly bigger than the other. Okay, so now we're going to start folding, and we already have this crease down here, and we need to make another one the other way so that we get a centre point. So fold this one down here, and then we have the centre of the box right here, and then we take each of the pointy sides and we fold it into that centre point and fold. Do it all the way around, like so. And when we've done that, then take the corners again, and we're folding to the furthest point. It's actually the points we've just creased. So to that point there. We do that all the way around again. take the corners again, we fold them to the nearest point, so it's just the end bits there, like so, that bit there. So we now have a square piece of paper which is full of grids. If you don't have it completely full of grids, you've not done enough folding. And the next thing we need to do is find the centre 4 squares, which is these 4 here, and the corners of those. I'll mark it out here so you can see. You don't need to do this, I'm just doing it so you can see. So those points there, we're now taking scissors and we are cutting down that fold, crease, whatever, to those points, and then we're doing that on the opposite side as well. Right, so there we have 4 cuts, and then you need to take the big kind of pointy arrow bits, and we're going to fold it like this. Stand up like that, turn it around to the other side. And then take these bits and fold them over the top and in. Same on the other side. And then I usually run my finger or something around the edges to make them all crisp. And they have it either the bottom or the top, I'm not sure which one yet. We take the other piece and do exactly the same with this. So start folding it in half again. And then into the centre. And into the centre again. And then it's the furthest point again. And then the nearest. and this 4 squares in the middle, these corners again. I'm going to cut down there, down this one. The large sides fold. And the other sides over and in. Right, that's the other part of the box. Now find out which one's the lid and which one's the bottom. Which is quite easy. There we go. And I have it on box. Nicely fitting lid. So that's one from A4, and these are some others that I've decorated. This, the one that my sister made, she covered the top in this paper, because if you look closely you can see you can still see the creases on the top. So she just covered the top in paper, and she taped it down as well. You don't have to do that, but it just kind of finishes it off. And then I made this one out of the graph paper, and I made a bow, and I stitched on. The stitching is quite nice because it keeps it all together as well. Quite like that one, but it's just a bit too flimsy for a box. And this one, I just drew spots on it. And then this is a bigger one, and I did this with this tracing paper, and this is A3 size, so that's the kind of square of A3, so that makes the box that big. It's a bit too flimsy though again, but you could work on it more. You could put card in the panels there, and you would be able to see through, which I thought might be quite interesting, and strengthen it with other pieces of card in the box. I'm not sure how big you can go. I think my sister has experimented more with sizes, but that's it basically. You just end up making lots and lots of boxes. The other thing is if you only do it occasionally, make a template. We made just a template so that you can remind yourself of how you do it and where the folding and cutting goes. So that's our little kind of a reminder template. And that's it, boxes.